And then I invite the project team from the virtual assistant, Frank and Michael, to join us, and the floor is yours.
Great, thank you very much. Yes, this was already very interesting. I learned already a lot, and I'm eager to learn more from the other projects also later on. Let me also start the screen, and now you should see the presentation from us. So we are team number 25, and the project, oops, sorry. The project title is Conversational Virtual Assistant for users of ECMWF, C3S, CAMS online products and services. It's a little bit long title, but on the other hand, we have 3 very cute avatars. They are our chatbot avatars. They don't represent the final avatars yet, but this is at the moment what we are using for now. You will later on see them in action in the demo section. So a couple of sentences about who we are. So my name is Frank Lieber. Our teammate, my teammate is Michael Kuhn. You see here our email addresses also on the slide in case there are some questions, or you can reach us via the GitHub page also. We are Germans. We are living in Southeast Asia already for more than 15 years now. We are working in Laos, in Thailand, and Cambodia. I'm currently in Thailand, and Michael is in Cambodia. You see here some pictures of basically the places where we live. And we are building environmental data and information systems also for other organizations here. So this is a little bit about us. But very important also, and I would like to say a big thank you already to our mentors who are Anna, Helen, and Michaela, who are really very helpful to us, answering all our questions and providing a lot of good input to us. And what is also important, they have to wake up quite early because of the time difference. We have our 2 weekly meetings, and it starts quite early for them. So a big thank you to them. And yeah, but now let's dive into the project itself. So the goal, what we try to do is we try to create a chatbot for external users of the websites to get the questions they have answered without the need to make additional use of existing support channels. So basically, users should be able to chat with the bots, and then they should find answers via the conversations they have with these bots, and the dedicated support channels, they have hopefully more time to answer more relevant or the most relevant questions than yes. So what are the challenges? The challenges, we are talking there are a lot of relevant content sources we are considering. The content varies a lot in complexity, the structure and the format. And then a little bit more related to the challenge also, because some of the sources are in a Confluence, in a wiki style format. There is a lot of text, and then we try to we use natural language understanding, natural language processing, and these are complex topics where we learned a lot. And we are still learning a lot. And then also the chatbot, the conversions itself, they present also they have special characteristics. They should feel natural. They should have basically a chatbot should have some kind of personality. And so this is also an area where we learn a lot, or we have learned already a lot, and we will definitely still continue learning there. So what are the users? Basically, we try to provide the services for the ECMWF, C3S, and CAMS website. And the challenges here are that the user groups, they differ. They have many different knowledge levels. There are also different user needs. Some users, they have very detailed, more or less also sometimes complicated questions. Others, they just maybe they look for a job, or they look for some news or whatever. So basically, you can come up with endless conversational contexts, which we try to consider, or hopefully train the chatbots that they answer as many of these conversations. So switching over to the solution path, what we are following, it starts basically, we are building a knowledge graph of the relevant content sources. And then in the next step, we will make use of this knowledge graph to train the chatbot, the Conversational Virtual Assistant. The chatbot platform, what we are using it's a cloud-based solution from Google. It's called Dialogflow. There is some inbuilt machine learning in this cloud solution, so we are building on top of that. We also did some machine learning experiments outside of it, but basically Dialogflow will be an important part for us. And that's why you see the 3 different avatars. Is basically we are branding, or this is at the moment our thinking. We have separately branded chatbot integrations. So the 3 different, that's why we have the 3 different colors, similar to the main website colors. And just the general note, we work in an agile and iterative process, delivering quick or often smaller results, and then basically adjusting our flow, because we are learning quite a lot of new stuff along the way. Oops. No, sorry for that. Okay, so the next slide, our solution, this is just another view. Above the avatars, you see different content sources. For example, the Jira service desk, the data catalogs, application catalogs, and all of these different content sources, they feed into the knowledge base, basically the brain of the virtual assistant. On that slide here, you don't have to read it or understand it, basically just a very short snapshot of what we call the knowledge graph. Basically, different objects, you just need to understand basically that there are different objects, they are somehow linked to each other, and we will then later make use of these different objects and linkages to answer questions. For example, one of these circles represents a data set of the C3S service. And then if a user, for example, has a question about a documentation of this data set, we can then follow the linkage of this in this knowledge graph to look up the related documentation, and then basically what are the questions in that documentation, what are the topics, and so on. So this is basically at the moment work in progress. The conversational flow, basically I will skip over this slide because we don't have so much time. It is not so important for now. some sample user questions, what the bot should be able to answer. You know, it starts with simple questions. For example, how do I change my password? Or some clarifying questions. Why can't I get any data, for example, or more general questions. How can I access some data? And the important thing is, I mean, these are just a few examples. We have basically hundreds of training sentences later on. And the important thing is that the bot should be able to keep learning. When a user basically not finds something, that over time the answers, they improve. The technologies, I mean, you see basically in GitHub also the source code. That's why only a very short time. We use Kotlin, Java, virtual machine programming language, Micronaut, Dialogflow, Elasticsearch, and Neo4j. And just 2 minutes, because we are already over time, just very quickly about a short demo. Here is a sample. Basically, this is not the real site at the moment, but I hope you can see that on the bottom right. You see that small rubber duck icon included, and then when a user, they can click on it, and then it opens like a pop-up on the side. And then, for example, a user can ask how can I access some data? Maybe there's even a spelling mistake, but still the training sentence, it gets triggered, or the intent gets triggered. And then there are some follow-up options. For example, one of the options, I know the dataset name, or search by keyword, show me a list of available datasets. For example, if a user then selects search by keyword, sure, let me know the keyword term. For example, if I then just type in ice, and then you get like a result. At the moment, the display is not properly formatted, but you see some available data set coming from the CDS, from the from the data store. And or for example, you can also search for ER4. Then it's basically you will also find something. Just a very short demo here, or show me the latest news, and then you see some news, and then the user can click on a news, and then it will get a link transferred to the dedicated page. So this was just a very short demo. I'm a little bit already over time, I see. So summary, all of the source code available in GitHub. Our emails are here, and if there are any follow-up questions, please feel free to contact us later on, or in the Q&A section later on. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank. It's equally impressive.